My name is Dr. Nikuri. I'm a board certified internist and a hospitalist medicine. I've been practicing medicine for the last 20 years. And I'm also an attorney with healthcare specialization and healthcare certification. And I've been involved in medical malpractice, personal injury, and several other cases, but my primary focus in medical malpractice. If we look, let's take a patient coming to an outpatient practice. You go in and you say, I have a lump, I feel something in my breast. And the doctor says, well, there's nothing to worry about. It's just, you're too young and it could be just a cyst. And, you trust your doctor, and a year later that becomes big. And then, you start doing tests. By then it might have spread somewhere else. Then that delay increases the mortality of the patient and the suffering, the chemo, the radiation. But when the patient complains about it and you take appropriate steps to diagnose whether it be cyst or cancer, you could have saved the suffering of that patient. So that is in an office setting. In a hospital setting, go to the emergency room, you say, I have chest pain. I have a case that I'm working on right now. The guy says, I have chest pain. He is, told that he's young and whatever they did was normal, so they sent him home. And he continued to have, the mother said, hey, why don't you go back to the hospital? He said, the doctor said that I was fine. Next thing you know, he died of a clot in his lung. So, a diligent doctor would have looked at all the risk factors and consequences that can occur from not diagnosing and should have admitted. So that is a hospital setting. And then once you are admitted to the hospital, still you have to diagnose the complications of a disease process. You go in for a heart attack, but you're going into congestive heart failure or your heart is in a complete block. So as providers, you have to be diligent every moment in the hospital. So those are the complications that happen while you are in the hospital. And then when you're ready to be discharged, stuff like blood thinners, you don't educate them on the blood thinners. And I had a case where, they told him, they didn't tell him, but they put it on their note saying you have to stop Coumadin. The guy goes to the nursing home, his primary care starts him on the Coumadin without looking at any records. There was no communication. Next thing you know, this guy has a bleeding in his stomach. And then he had to be intubated, tubes, and it led to premature death. So at every step in seeing a patient in the hospital or in an office setting, there is risk of a misdiagnosis, delay in diagnosis, not treating appropriately, or not follow up in an appropriate manner. If you have any of your family members or loved ones injured because of medical negligence, you need to call MY-LAWMD. 10+ physicians who are also attorneys are one of the best people, one of the best qualified people in multiple jurisdictions. So people work together, cases that we work, and they are from different specialties. And that makes it an excellent combination where, the standard of cares, the causations, and also availability of the best expert who are rooting for you. I think you need to call MY-LAWMD for any medical negligence.